So welcome guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, in our previous video we have discussed about the GPCR, that's mean our G protein coupled receptor, as well as one of the signaling pathway of this GPCR, that is the CAMP pathway. But today we will discuss about this IP3 DAC pathway. So IP3 DAC pathway. What is this IP3 DAC pathway and what is the mechanism of signaling? We will see this. Basically, what is happening when a ligand will bind with the serpentine receptor, that time the trimeric form of this protein, that's mean our Z alpha, Z beta and Z gamma, that will be broken and that will separated into two different subunits. One is our Z alpha and one is our Z beta and gamma, the combination form of Z beta and gamma. Basically, we have seen in our previous video that this Z alpha basically activate the adenylase cyclase in the case of CAMP pathway, but in this IP3 DAC pathway, this Z alpha will activate our PLC beta, that's mean our phospholipase C beta. The G alpha will activate this enzyme, and after that this PLC beta will activate our PIP2, that's mean our phosphatidyl inositol 4,5 bisphosphate. This PLC beta will activate this PIP2, and when the PIP2 will be activated, that time they will be broken into two different units. One is our DAG and one is our IP3. The full form of this DAG is diacyl glycerol, and the full form of this IP3 is inositol 1,4,5 triphosphate. This inositol 1,4,5 triphosphate. Basically, the DAG is lipophilic in nature. This DAG is lipophilic in nature. For that purpose, the DAG will stay with this membrane, but our IP3 is hydrophilic in nature. For that purpose, this IP3 will move toward the cytosolic part. What is happening after that? Basically, this IP3 will hit this endoplasmic reticulum. Basically, due to this binding of IP3 with this endoplasmic reticulum, that's mean actually this IP3 will bind the calcium channel of this endoplasmic reticulum, and due to this binding, the huge amount of calcium will come out towards the cytosolic part, or we can say into this cytosolic part. And due to this calcium, our membrane potential of this cell will be changed. So when the membrane potential of the cell will be changed, that time the mechanism of this cell will be also changed, and this calcium, that means this calcium will bind to this DAG, and after binding with this DAG, this combination of calcium and this DAG, the combination of calcium and DAG will activate the PKC, that's mean our protein kinase C. This combination of calcium and the DAG will activate our PKC, that's mean our protein kinase C. This is a kinase, so that can phosphorylate the other proteins. That's basically they will phosphorylate the downstream protein of this pathway. So this is the basic mechanism of this IP3 DAC pathway, or we can say this is the signaling pathway of IP3 DAC. So friends, the lots of activities due to this IP3 DAC pathway, the lots of activities are happening in our body. Basically, this IP3 signaling pathway activate the MAP kinase pathway, and also this IP3 DAC pathway activate our normal transcription factor, or you can say our general transcription factor, like our FOS, ZUN, etc. And if we talk about the cellular effect of this IP3 DAC pathway, then the cellular effect of this IP3 DAC pathway are the cellular proliferation as well as the apoptosis of this endometrium during the menstruation. So this is the overview of this IP3 DAC pathway. So friend, thank you for watching this video. See you soon.